At the HQ, Zone relaxing a bit, work heating up a bit due to anomalies sighted in the far reaches of space. Zone chilling on a short break from investigation. She leans against the wall, her head laid back, taking a breath, as she hears footsteps approaching.
Hey, baby girl, look what I got.
Zone looks over to see Psife standing there, lifting her shirt slightly, turning a bit, showing her nice ass off. She's wearing the fabled booty shorts she mentioned before. They're just enough to be normal, but just enough to be sexy as well and show off her nice ass. Zone looks in surprise, her eyes widening a bit, Psife looking amazing in them.
Dear God, woman, you look sexy as hell in those. Holy shit. That slighty baggy shirt does wonders with that. Dear God. It's like it helps with teasing me, dear Lord Psife.
Oh yeah? Thought you would like this. Catherine gave me the okay to wear them today, under the condition that if some higher-up comes through like, ever, I have to scurry my nice ass off to my quarters and change immediately. But according to her, they rarely ever show up. But it was part of the deal. She said they never really come by, but when they do, she doesn't want some old-ass suit barking at her about uniform. 'Cause, you know, we don't really have uniforms around here. Well, not counting our field uniforms. That's a different story altogether.
I'm not fucking complaining, holy fuck.
Oh, it gets better, baby girl. So, second part of our deal? I had to promise Catherine I wouldn't drive you crazy. Little backstory. I'm a big flirt, kinky as hell as you know. And well, Kat has experienced the flirtatious side of me before. It drove her crazy. And then Abigail got some of it. We were neck and neck. That girl can drive me mad with her skills. Her and Kat alone, Catherine. Don't get that confused with me. I call Catherine Kat, and I call Kat Kat. So to clear up confusion. Anyways, the point is, she knows how I can be, even though I do deliver regardless. I don't flirt with every person, just those who show that kind of kinky side, if you will. And also, they can't be a tool as well, but anyways. So I'm wearing these as a flirt and to be sexy, yes. But Catherine made me promise I can't drive you too crazy. So in case it's not clear, she made me promise not to leave you, high and dry, if you get me. Which that wouldn't have happened anyways. You and I are on a whole different level than my other BFs and GFs I've had from way back in the day. They were mutual play toys, but you. Well, I can say, as stupid as it may sound, I really like you. I mean, I could actually say I love you honestly. Love at first sight thing, I guess. 'Cause I can tell you this much, I don't know why, but I'm falling for you and this whole thing pretty hard. Maybe it's 'cause, I haven't had this chance before, being married, having someone close. But it feels amazing. I love it. And I love you for giving me the chance to experience it, even if people may see it as weird, though I doubt anyone here gives a shit or cares, so.
Zone leans in and gives her a surprise kiss. Her eyes widen for a moment in shock, but then leans into it, closing her eyes. The kiss breaks gently after a moment, and Psife looks at her, dazed, smiling warmly.
Holy shit. That felt amazing. Is that what a real kiss feels like? Like one that's actually filled with love and passion and all that? Holy shit. That, dear God. That took me by surprise. I'm all for that. Wow. Holy shit.
You're adorable and hot, you know that? I love you. You may be kinky as fuck, which I love, but you're fucking adorable. I love it.
Psife attempts to regain her composure after hearing that, cheeks flushed red, clearing her throat, eyes widened. She's never been treated like this before, not this way.
Wow. First time I felt actual love in something like this. Don't get me wrong, Abigail and Kat were lovers, but this feels on a whole different level. Yeah, I think I can say it. I think I can say it, Zone. I love you. Whew! Holy shit, that felt good to say. Oh my god, I like this. I actually really like this.
Well, I'm glad you...
Psife grips onto her, stands on her tippy toes, leans into her, and kisses her rough and passionately, really going in on the kiss, her cheeks flushed even more red than before. The kiss is deep, loving, her pouring all her emotions into it from the moment, letting everything out in one single deep kiss, before the kiss breaks with an audible smack, and she returns back to standing normal, breathing a bit hard, smiling with a look of shock on her face. Now Zone's face shows surprise, but then regains her own composure. She looks at Psife, giving a soft chuckle and a smile.
Sorry. I had to let that out. Dear God, you've got me worked up. Normally, I'm the one doing the engine revving, but in this case, good Lord, Zone, you have me revved. Holy shit.
What can I say? I like to hear the engine roar for me.
Psife smiles at her, biting her lip a bit, clearly falling harder and harder in this moment.
Okay, fuck you for that. Haha. Using my own goddamn saying against me, you dirty little skank.
What's that? You love me? Understood.
Damn straight I do.
I have a question. You mentioned before, everyone's thousands of years old and such. So, how old are you then? Hundreds? Thousands? How long have you been in this war with Elizabeth with Kat?
Oh shit, love. I've been in this war since the fucking beginning. It was right around the time that Catherine became Lithia, and around the time that our team was formed for the very first time on Siren. Actually, if you want a shock to the system, Siren wasn't even called Siren back when I first met Kat. It was called its original name given to it by NASA, named by Kat and Elizabeth. It was Orion 201, and then it was later changed to Siren, which it's not your normal spelling either. It's Sairen, because the name represents a horrid past, a horrific part of our world's history. Siren became Siren after something called the Renge Wars, which damn near killed everyone on this planet. I was there. Kat was there. We've been through it all together. So yeah, I've known her nearly the entire time. Granted, it wasn't till the first team formed, but I've known her since, way back. It was after the first city of Siren, which was called Catalia, and way before the Renge Wars. So it's been a hot minute knowing her and fighting Elizabeth.
Wait. She knew Elizabeth before this shit went down. Okay, hold up. Who is Elizabeth to Catherine? I keep hearing she's evil and then she was good apparently. So who is? Who is Elizabeth Hunn? I'm fucking confused and curious. Who is she?
Oh boy. To tell that story, we gotta go back a ways. Elizabeth used to be Kat's best friend, kinda. It wasn't like they were bar buddies or hung out often, but they knew each other from NASA. Elizabeth and Kat both graduated from college and applied at NASA and got hired around the same time. They were both pretty fucking ambitious too. Kat was a scientist on various things like plants, ecosystems, and other things. She was the one who discovered the change in their bodies due to the air and such. Whereas Elizabeth was more on the side of technology, but working close with Kat in their, workshop, you could say. They both discovered this planet sorta together. Kat seeing it first and realizing it's a habitable planet. Elizabeth then working up the plans to get there. Kat the scientist and Elizabeth the tech genius she is, worked together to form a plan to get here in the first place. So, she knew Elizabeth before all of this shit happened. Yeah, she used to be a good person, I heard. But something weird happened after they landed on Siren. And we later found out what. Elizabeth had returned to camp one night after exploring a bit. But she looked different. Acted different. Catherine saw her up close one night and saw a faint, strange shade of purple in her eyes. But she brushed it off as nothing. Thought it was the planet's air doing it. They had experienced so much weird shit. They just kinda accepted anything weird as normal for this and went on with their lives. But we found out later. That glint in her eyes wasn't normal. It was that... Okay, best way to explain this. In short, it was a creature, part of a race that lived here far before we did. Evidently, they had powers, abilities, and to keep this short, they left the planet entirely. And from what I understand, some got left behind, evidently. But Kat has something called the Eye of Stone. That thing? Well, it was created by one of those creatures, and I know this is scattered everywhere, but she met its creator in a very weird way. And found out about some of this, albeit limited information for various reasons, but yeah.
Every time I hear the phrase Eye of Stone, I begin to regret asking now. Goddamn mind fuck. Catherine gave me a taste of that before, and holy shit, I almost regret asking, dear God. So, Elizabeth and this war, you said, thousands of years, she used to be good. Holy fuck. This is a lot. But what changed? Why did Elizabeth become evil? Or, I guess, rather, how?
Okay, that part, love, is much easier to explain than everything else, thankfully. But I'm sorry to say, baby girl, you had to know that first part. Or this next bit might not make sense. So, short version.
Oh my God. Short version. Oh Lord, here we go. Why can't things be normal and I'm a fucking alien saying that? God damn it.
It's okay, love. Just hang in there. Almost over. The whole reason, to my knowledge, if I remember right, as to why Elizabeth turned evil, was during the first city of Siren, Catalia. Or rather, its fall. So, in short, first city of Catalia was the first real, big city on the planet, but it's known as the official first bit of civilization to ever exist on Siren. However, there was a bad twist. It was kinda inadvertently being ruled over by Kat's group, but not really on purpose. See, some weird cultist shit happened with Elizabeth. She started calling their group the Immortal Family. Basically, she had them walk around in fancy Victorian outfits and live among the people as gods among men. What actually was happening was that the group was supposed to be leading the people in general because they knew what the fuck they were doing, and it was supposed to be governed in a specific way to help population growth and other shit, so Siren could be a new place to live. All kinds of shit, you get the idea. But Elizabeth had different plans. She decided they were gods, and these people living under them were nothing but pigs, meant to be ruled with an iron fist. And damn, did she mean that? She started treating people like actual animals, and it got bad. Pushing around, verbal abuse, horrible mistreatment. But no one could stop her. This was around the time that the group realized their strength was increasing so dramatically. And so Elizabeth was fucking strong. And since, well, the group that landed there on Siren was their first to inhale the air, they had the strongest effects. Whereas, as time went on, we polluted the air just by breathing it and made the effects lessen over time. So by the time others joined, which was a good amount of years, and then more and more people started coming in, you can see what happened. So, Elizabeth was strong-arming the normal people, and none of them could fight back. She was unstoppable to them. The immortal gene had been born, you could say. And she was obsessed with being a god, basically. She was so bad, they started riots, and the city erupted into chaos and flames. Until finally, Catherine had enough and stood up to Elizabeth. The two had a showdown after a short talk, Elizabeth not listening to reason, and finally, it happened. Catherine beat the ever-loving shit out of Elizabeth, sucker punching her almost and knocked her ass off a balcony after a big fight and struggle. And Elizabeth fell 2 stories down, hitting the fountain they had below. And she just laid there as Catherine watched her. Elizabeth just floated, in the water, in shock. The others in the group seeing this realized they didn't need to be scared of Elizabeth, and just said fuck it and left. Everyone abandoned Elizabeth that day, but because it was Kat who did it. Elizabeth held a big fucking grudge, apparently, and I guess you could say she vowed to take her revenge on Kat. and thus birthed the fucking thousands worth of years of war with her and being hunted on a daily basis. And yeah, believe it or not, that's the short version. I know, it's a lot.
All of this because the bitch was denied dictatorship as a fucking god? Are you serious? Wait, she had that creature with her, so she was fine before this happened. Then the creature messed with her. I wonder.
Your suspicions may be correct. I don't know. If your theory is what ours were after learning about her friend, perhaps she was influenced by the creature. Perhaps the creature corrupted her. Perhaps it, let out what was already there, hiding in plain sight, you know? Greed, evil, self-centered shit. Humans aren't entirely angels here. It's not like corruption is a spell casted on people to make them evil. It just takes temptation and obsession sometimes to turn someone into the worst, really. Sometimes people secretly want to be evil. Sometimes they are secretly evil and put on a facade to keep fooling people. And sometimes they're just evil and scare people so bad they cripple their will to stand up and do something. It's just a matter of several things, and I've had my theories. She was good at one point and evil the next. My guess is she had this inside her already. Perhaps if Kat got to know her more, she would have seen she's a stuck-up, selfish bitch. Or perhaps her ambitions were greed and power. Who knows? The bitch wanted to work at NASA and probably have the Nobel Prize in her mind, and being worshipped for her intellect by many. But whatever the case, she was good and gave in to being evil at some point. My guess is she made a choice, and that creature's corruption only worked to a point. I think she accepted it willingly. We're humans, not angels, and definitely not perfect. Not to excuse her for being in straight bitch for all of this. I'm just saying for theory.
And now she's working with Goliath. God damn it. Fuck.
It's fine, with you here. I think our chances have increased by a lot of winning the next war. And this time, it won't be by sheer luck and using up every single resource. With you by our side, love, I think we stand a good chance. A great one.
Yeah, you're not wrong no matter what happens. I'm here to fight that bitch till my dying breath. If I can even die, that is. But regardless, I'm here to fight her till this is over. I'm here to stay, and I aim to fuck her shit up horribly if I'm being honest. And I mean horribly.
Yeah? Well, you'll have me in these booty shorts for you while you do that. Imagine that. Me and you, fighting side by side, with Abigail and Nitrous and the others. And I'm wearing this lovely pair of sexy booty shorts next to you.
Dear God, whatever you're trying to do here, it's working, love.
Oh yeah? Well, that's good to hear then, baby girl. Although as hot of an idea as it is, it's pretty impractical.
Fuck practicality. I get to see lovely round ass. No sacrifice, no fucking victory there.
Ha! Yeah, I know, right? I love you.
Love you too, love. Love you too.
I only wanted to be part of something.